11 parties fight the forthcoming Lok Sabha elections together.
बीजेपी के साथ किसी भी प्रकार के संबंध की बात को बोल दीजिए।
हम लोग इकट्ठे हुए, ये असली में फर्स्ट फ्रंट है।
The third front has been the most enduring mirage of Indian politics.
It is a comical ritual which happens before every election.
Manini Chatterjee, the editor of National Affairs at The Telegraph, joins in to discuss all the political development. Hi, Ms. Chatterjee, and thanks so much for joining us. The third front has been formed. However, there is, as of now, no economic agenda which has been announced. There are 11 parties, but still there is no seat sharing which was discussed. How much of a dent do you think the third front can create, and can it swing votes away perhaps from the UPA or the NDA?
No, I think, they made it very clear yesterday. This is not really a front in the sense of they don't have a common program. They don't, most of them don't even have common areas, There is the party which is strong in Tamil Nadu, there's a party which is strong in Bihar or hopes to be strong in Bihar. So what they're looking at is a post-poll scenario, and it all depends on the numbers. Now the third front, or a non-Congress, non-BJP front, becomes sort of viable, at least in the short term, only if the two national parties or the two national alliances, the NDA and the UPA, both of them do much worse than expected, and they sort of get stuck around 300 seats. I'm saying between the Congress and the BJP, if they do not cross 300 seats, then you have a non-Congress, non-BJP space of over 200 seats, and that's when it comes into play.
Okay. Manini, I just actually wanted to focus on, the BJP, because we'll have Narendra Modi possibly chart out his economic agenda that will take place tomorrow evening. What do you think, or how important do you think it will be from a standpoint of votes, or maybe even any sort of favoritism that we could see post that for BJP?
No, I think the key thing this time is that a lot of people expect, and because of the whole campaign that Mr. Modi has begun way ahead of others, that this time the BJP is going to do phenomenally well. I mean, the best that the BJP has done so far was in 98 and 99 when they got 182 seats. Now, if Mr. Modi does not do better than that, then, it's not guaranteed that you have a Modi-led government in place. So I think that's when everything, at the moment, the momentum is with Mr. Modi. If you see all the opinion polls, it seems he's ahead of everybody else. But even the most optimistic estimates of the BJP gives them about 220 seats. And with their partners, which is just Shiv Sena and Akali Dal, they'll probably reach up to 240. Now, my own reading is if Mr. Modi can get the BJP up to 200 seats, then he is more or less home and dry, because then a lot of the members of this current third front that we are seeing, or this putative front, they will gravitate towards the winner. But if you're in a situation like 1996, where the BJP was stuck at 160, or even if you go up to 180, you still have almost 100 seats, because the halfway mark is 272. So then there will be a clamor that can be all cobbled together, something just to keep the BJP out, because the secular forces have a lot of problems with the BJP, and particularly Mr. Modi. And then the third front comes into play, very much like it did in 1996. We've had, but a third front alone, or these conglomeration of, this hodgepodge of regional parties, they cannot form a government without the outside support of either the Congress or the BJP. So then the game is out there. But it all depends on the numbers. So for Mr. Modi, it becomes imperative that come what may, he has to cross 182 and ideally cross 200, because then this threat sort of recedes.
Well, Manini, the latest opinion polls, one of them at least suggests that, the BJP on the upper end could even get about 236. But let's just take a hypothetical scenario, and BJP does say perhaps, cross that 182 mark or maybe even go up to 200 votes. As you pointed out that, with just Shiv Sena and Akali Dal, it's not going to get the requisite majority. Who do you think potentially that they could tie up with? Do you think some of the parties who have now said that they're a part of the third front could swing and, perhaps support the NDA? And so who do you think, perhaps the BJP might partner with?
If you're taking the hypothetical situation of the most optimistic poll so far is that the NDA crosses 230, which means you just need another 40 seats. You always have really small parties that most of us don't even take into account, but all these numbers add up because every single seat counts. In terms of parties, I would say already the fact that Ramvilas Paswan's party, it might be a small party, but it has a huge psychological impact because he's the one who walked out of the NDA in 2002 following the Gujarat riots. The fact that he is willing to come back, that means that the untouchability of Mr. Modi is sort of receding. People going with the winner, that syndrome takes over. So if Mr. Modi were to cross 200, or if the NDA was around the region of 220, 230, which means you just need another 42 seats, I would say that the potential allies include, Naveen Patnaik, because it significantly, though the Biju Janata Dal was a part of the 11-party front, there was no representative from the Biju Janata Dal at yesterday's meeting. I think even the AGP, AGP, BJD, even Anna DMK, Jayalalitha's party, they've all been part of the NDA at some time. They have relations with the BJP. In Indian politics, you can never say never again. People fight, they come back. There's this kind of, barring the left parties, and I think now Nitish Kumar and Lalu Prasad Yadav, parties can shift from UPA to NDA depending on who is leading. But in case the BJP does not do as well as everybody imagines, then there's a whole new scenario. I think the Congress will try and prop up a non-BJP party in the name of keeping secularism alive. And but I think your markets shouldn't be so wary of people have short memories in India, and especially people in the media. When people talk about Mr. Chidambaram's dream budget of 1996, he did that as a finance minister of a United Front government, a hodgepodge United Front coalition. So it's not always coalitions per se are not necessarily bad. But at the moment, my own reading is that the churning in India is going towards people. I think a large chunks want stable government.
Absolutely.
So the chances of people, even if they support the regional parties at the assembly at the state level, when it comes to Lok Sabha elections, I think a considerable number of people will be voting for either of the two national parties, and at the moment, BJP seems to be having the edge.
Okay, Manini.
Going by opinion polls.
Absolutely. Manini, we'll have to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining in.